and today I'm doing the Hamilton book tag created by Mari and Kiwi. Thank you, Mari, for introducing me to this, because I wouldn't have listened to Hamilton without your tag, probably. When I get ready or I'm cleaning my room, I put on this playlist of book to watch later kind of things so I can catch up on people's videos while also being productive instead of just sitting. And I was watching Christine from Paul and Banana's Books video, and the way that Burn sounds sped up is beautiful, so I'm like, I gotta check this out. And then it's also RJ from the Secret Sax Folk. RJ, oh my gosh, because he did this video about Satisfied and the storytelling in it, so I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta listen to Satisfied so I can understand this video. What did I listen to before? I don't know. So I knew I had to do this tag because it's just perfection. A lot of the words are still a little hard, so bear with me. Gonna get into this. Lega.
Two Virginians and an immigrant walk into a room diametrically opposed. They emerge with a compromise, having opened doors that were previously closed. The immigrant emerges with unprecedented financial power, a system he can shake however he wants. The Virginians emerge with the nation's capital. And here's the pièce de résistance. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one else was in the room where it happened, the room where it happened, the room where it happened. No one really knows how the game is played, the art of the trade, how the sausage gets made. We just assume that it happened. No one else is in the room where it happened.
Number 1 is The Room Where It Happened, a book you would put yourself in, and that would be the Darker Shade of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. I would love to live in Red London and have a little bit of magic around me. When things are peaceful there, I feel like it'd be a very nice place to live. Number 2 is the Schuyler sisters, an underrated female character, and I'm choosing Sansa Stark from the Game of Thrones series / A Song of Fire and Ice series, however you know it. I think it's in this book that she kind of comes into her own. I'm so fuzzy on the canon, and we're not going to talk about how she's been treating the TV show because you can't just swap out characters that way. I can't. So angry. So spitting angry. But Sansa in the books, she's got the stuff. She's gonna play the Game of Thrones and she's gonna win.
I know the action and the speed is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting, I've been reading and writing. We need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of state? What's the state of our nation? A past patiently waiting and passion, every expectation, every action, an act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties and sorrow. Look at I'm thinking past tomorrow. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country and notes. I am not throwing away my shot.
Number 3 is My Shot, a character that goes after what they want. And I'm choosing Edelyn Shreve because, no one is more powerful than her. If it was a man with this characteristics, oh, he'd be strong and confident and whatever. She is. She's just a woman, and people have problems with women taking power and being in charge and standing up for themselves instead of being meek and submissive and fitting into gender roles. I have a lot of strong feelings, and I think they're all going to come out in this video because Hamilton brings out a lot of strong feelings in me.
Everyone died, I died. What are you doing, leading back on your feet? So many of us are, is this not your speed? Hamilton, ready, sir, have Raphael take the lead.
Yes, Stay Alive, a character you wish was still alive. And I'm going to choose one that's not spoilery, and that's Jesus from the Holy Bible. Yeah.
She's like, you've married an Icarus. You've flown too close to the sun. You and your words obsessed with your legacy. Your sentences border on senseless, and you are paranoid in every paragraph. How they deceive you. I'm erasing myself from the narrative. Let future historians wonder how Eliza reacted when you broke her heart. You have torn it all apart. I'm watching it burn. Watching it burn. The world has no right to my heart. The world has no place in our bed. They don't get to know what I said. I'm burning the memories, burning the letters that might have redeemed you. You forfeit all rights to my heart. You forfeit the place in our bed. You're scraping your office instead. We now read the memories of when you were mine.
5 is Burn. Oh, doing that was so cathartic. The most heartbreaking end to a relationship. This book has been out for almost 10 years now, so I don't think it's too spoilery. And that is Edward and Bella in New Moon. Broke my heart. I think I cried. My heart was not just in my stomach, my heart was in my toes. It just sunk so good. So...
You'll be back, soon you'll see. You remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You remember that I served you well.
Number 6 is You'll Be Back Like Before. I will fight the fight and win the war. Okay, I need to be stopped. Sassiest villain. I'm choosing Count Olaf from the Series of Unfortunate Events series by Lemony Snicket. All of this, just so funny, so smart. You learn so much from this series. I love when books are educational. Number 7 is the Reynolds Pamphlet, a book with a twist. And I'm gonna skip this one because I personally don't like knowing if there is a twist in a book because then I'm anticipating it.
Alexander joins forces with James Madison and John Jay to write a series of essays defending the new United States Constitution entitled the Federalist Papers. The plan was to write a total of 25 essays, the work divided evenly among the 3 men. In the end, they wrote 85 essays in the span of 6 months. John Jay got sick after writing 5. James Madison wrote 29. Hamilton wrote the other 51. How do you write like you're running out of time? Write day and night like you're running out of time. Every day you write like you're running out of time. Like you're running out of time. Like you're running out of time. How do you write like tomorrow won't arrive? How do you write like you need it to survive? How do you write every second you're alive? Every second you're alive. Every second you're alive.
8 is Nonstop, a series marathon, and I'm choosing the Pendragon series by DJ McHale. I think I've only read up into book 6 of this 10-part series, and I need to revisit it, but I know that like books 1 through 5, I like marathon right after each other. The series is about like a young teenage boy, Bobby, whose uncle is like, you're a guardian, traveler, whatever the term is, and you can go between different worlds and try and stop the hound, or what's his name, Greyhound. Something like a dog. I think it's Saint Dane. Whatever, I'll correct it later, because the internet's being slow. But yeah, so they have to stop him from taking over the world.
'Satisfied. I'm sure I don't know what you mean. You forget yourself. You're like me. I'm never satisfied. Is that right? I've never been satisfied. My name's Angelica Schuyler. Alexander Hamilton. Where's your family from? Unimportant. There's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait. Just you wait.
9, Satisfied, your favorite book with multiple point of views. I don't know if it's my favorite book with multiple point of views compared to like A Song of Fire and Ice, but it's one of my most fond, and that is Flipped by whoever's on the title. So it's about these 2 kids who've grown up next door since they were like 5 or 6 up until they're probably like 12 or 13, and how they've matured and grown. Their families are very different types of people, and it culminates in the girl trying to save a tree. I think the different point of views are actually upside down, so you can either read them flip-flopping between the 2 point of views, or you can read her story and then his story. It just was very cute, just very broad in like opening my worldview when I was younger about people and their different life experiences.
Who lives, who dies, who tells your story? Every other founding father story gets told. Every other founding father gets to grow old. But when you're gone, who remembers your name? Who keeps your flame? Who tells your story? Who tells your story?
Number 10, Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story, a book that will be remembered through history. And I'm choosing all the books by Roald Dahl. The BFG particularly was written in 1982, and it's still held out, and they're making a movie about it. I try to pick somebody who had written within the last 50 years, because some classics are much older and they obviously already have lived on through history, so I don't think I can really count them if they already qualify. These have already held up through time, and I feel like they're going to continue. Just wonderful, great children's stories, so good. Kind of creepy, but still so good. 11, Helpless, a relationship you were pulling for from the start, and that would be Emma Knightley in Emma from Jane Austen. You should also watch Emma Approved because it's fantastic. Also, one of my cousins who lives in LA actually knows the actors in it, and they actually date in real life, which just makes my fangirl heart go boom, boom, boom.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 Dual Commandments. It's the 10 Dual Commandments.
Number 12, The 10 Dual Commandments, your favorite fight scene. I don't really like reading fight scenes, they're just not my favorite. I'm gonna choose the main fight scene in Mockingjay throughout the entire capital. I think that's all I can say for anyone who doesn't want to be spoiled on this.
Lord, show me how to say no to this. I don't know how to say no to this. Oh my God, she looks so helpless. And her body saying hell yes. Lord, show me how to say no to this. I don't know how to say no to this. In my mind, I'm trying to go. Then her mouth is all mine, and I don't say no. Say no to this. No, no. Say no to this. No, no. Say no to this. No, no. Say no to this.
13, Say No to This, a pleasure read. I plan to never ever read 50 Shades of Grey in my entire life. So the next closest I can get is the Captive Prince trilogy by C.S. Pacat. Lots of triggers. Mature audience. Be over 18. Maybe even 21. wait to read this book until you're older, okay? Just wait. But I couldn't put it down. It was awful. I think I gave it like a 3 or 4 stars, but I still really liked it.
What comes next? You've been freed. Do you know how hard it is to lead? You're on your own. Awesome. Wow. Do you have a clue what happens now? Oceans rise, empires fall. It's much harder when it's all your call. All alone across the sea. When your people say they hate you, don't come crawling back to me.
14, What Comes Next? A series you wish had more books, and I'm choosing A Wicked Thing by Rhiannon Thomas. It has 2 books. It's currently a duology, A Wicked Thing and Kingdom of Ashes, which I really enjoyed, which I cannot believe I'm asking for another trilogy because we already have a bazillion of those. There'd be no problem in having 2 books if it was just resolved, but it's not.
And his right-hand man.
15, Right Hand Man, your favorite bro TP. And I am choosing Samwell Tarly and Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. I know I talked about it earlier in this tag, but I just couldn't help myself because they're just precious little babies. Oh, my little babies.
So what did I miss? What did I miss? Virginia, my home sweet home, I wanna give you a kiss. I've been in Paris eating after every lady. I guess I basically missed the late 80s. I traveled the wide, wide world and came back to this.
Finally, 16, What Did I Miss? A book that you were late to reading, and I am choosing The Trial and Death of Socrates by Plato. I know this was written in like 339 BC. I am so late to reading this. Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't really remember that much about this at all, but I highlighted tons of crap. So, that must have been important. So I just checked over my footage and realized I ran out of space on my SD card in the middle of that. I'm just gonna tag RJ from the Secret Stacks because it's mostly his fault that I listened to Hamilton. My name's Laura, this has been Bookies and Cookies. I love each and every one of you. I hope you never forget I can't do the heart right now. And remember that you have no control of who lives, who dies, or who tells your story. Thanks, guys. And then I listened to it sporadically. I hip-hopped around the track list. Anyone else? Hip-hopped? Hip-hopped? Hop, hip, hip, hippity, hop, hop. Hopped around. It has a bird on it, so I have problems with that because she's like growing chickens. You don't grow chickens, you breed them. Oh my gosh. I don't really particularly like reading. I just used a ton of adverbs and adjectives. What are you? Who? Why? Yes.